Well guys, people just keep piling in this area. I mean piling in. We are pretty well set up. You can hear it running. I'm actually going to level it off, but that's my cooler. And that is my Raptor 540 watt power generator. Everybody, Boss and I, we are out again. It is Friday, May 28th, just after 6 o'clock in the evening. And Boss and I are going to go out and take the Luxe Hercules tent and do a little bit warmer weather camping. So it is 20 degrees above now, but it is supposed to drop to 2. So we got a little bit of daylight left. Let's go find us a spot. Well, I'm not sure what we're in for. We're on the final approach here. But on the way in, I've already counted like 9 vehicles coming out. And not like quads or anything like that. I mean 9 cars, vans, trucks, so I don't know. I know it's bear hunting right now. In this area, there's a lot of bear hunters, so I don't know if people were just out feeding or checking trail cams or if they were enjoying today off maybe. So we'll see. Hopefully we've got a somewhat secluded site to go to, but we're just about there, so we'll check it out soon. It's just beautiful. You can see, where is it? There we go. See, there's people camping over there. There's fishing. More people. It's like there's a lot of people out here. It's not quite what I'm looking for either with the direction of the wind and how strong it's going to be. I can't really tuck behind any bush to give me some break from it, so I'll go find another spot. I forgot to hit the record button, or I hit it but it didn't turn on. Anyways, we just saw a bear on the road. Okay, well, we've got a spot. It's extremely public, and this is at the new place. This is at the place that's usually not that busy. See, we got people back there, here, all around the edge. Got vehicles, tents. We got kayakers, and then those 2 vehicles right there just pulled in. So I think I better take this spot, start putting some pegs in the ground. Out here. The wind is picking up as promised, so I'm going to try and hammer this out and get some shelter. Alright, the tent's all set up. It's really windy out, but all the guy lines are out. Good boy. Let's go have a look inside here. So this floor is sewn in now. You can see the seam sealer on there as well. It's all sewn and sealed. This is quite big. I don't remember it being this big in here. So I've been debating if I should be putting my stove in here. It's gonna get cool at night and I kind of want to be very comfortable. And I want to try it with my stove and my dog so I know what the layout will be with my dog for winter camping. Come here, boss. Come here. And come on. Hey, lots of room in here, huh? Yeah. Good boy. Lots of room. Yeah. So, good boy. And guys, the reason my truck's still running is because I got my cooler in the truck, my 12-volt cooler. Keeping my food, my real food, my salmon and my steak frozen. I'm going to be shutting it off right away. But I kind of wanted to get this set up. Now I can put my dog on a rope and I can just start filling the inside. I'm going to let my cooler go all night. Once I'm done and I shut the truck off, I'm going to let it go all night on my Raptor solar generator. So I want to see what I get out of that when it's not collecting sun. Good boy. Okay, let's go finish setting up. I got this nice wicked little peninsula here. Boss and I can walk on that and set a camp chair up at the end in the morning and have our coffee. It's gonna be great. I wasn't too sure how this was gonna go with how many people I saw, but so that's it. That's camp. So I just realized in my rush to set this up in the wind, I forgot to put a tarp on the ground. So we're gonna try it like this and see what happens. Well guys, we are pretty well set up. We still got the inside to do, but we're pretty well done. It's 20 to 9. You guys, check this out. Got the cooler running, so I'm gonna say 8:45 to 9. So it was at 96%. Still is. Can hear it running. I'm actually going to level it off, but that's my cooler. And that is my Raptor 540 watt power generator. So we're going to see. On Eco, it's drawing 35 watts, 31 to 35. Says it's going to last 14 hours. And then that thing right there is a folding solar panel, 100 watt. So we're going to try it out. That's better. There. Jam some rags and gloves under it. Now it's sitting flat. Boss can finally be a dog. Enough people left, he can just go and play. So that's it, guys. We are set. Okay. Ugh. Well, I set the stove up and it's starting to get pretty dark in there. I still have to cook something to eat. So I'm going to put this in the box of the truck, get the inside quickly set up, and hopefully my dog eats and I can cook something and we can settle in for the night. All right. Whew. You know, I told myself I was going to bring all this gear and just see what I could eliminate, and the more I got thinking about it, it was like, I don't want to eliminate anything because I want to do test runs for how it's going to be perfectly set up for winter camping, right, with my dog. So I've only been in this thing once, and that was just a solo trip. So I want to make sure I recreate that scenario and just get an idea for winter camping. because tonight it's still going to get pretty cold, or cool, 2 degrees. It's going to be damp and humid, and this is going to take the chill off, right, and keep it dry in here. But, you know, in 2 weeks from now, or next week even, it's supposed to be plus 30. So there's no way I'd be bringing the stove. So this is like my last weekend where I can actually bring my stove, use it on the lowest setting, and get a feel for the space that's going to be in here. So perfect weekend for that. I'm getting very hungry. Well, I hope Boss likes the setup. Hope he's comfortable. I'm sure he will be. We're gonna get some fresh air, that's for sure. Good boy. There you go. There's my boy, hey? I'll get some more light in here in a bit, guys. I just want to really wrap this up, get my kitchen set up next, and okay. Sorry guys, it's pretty tight quarters in here, so I can't really show you everything. I should stick my GoPro on the roof. That would get a nice wide angle for you. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow just to show you the layout. I think we're pretty well done in here. Aside from cooking up a spaghetti mountain house. We got Boss right there. We've got my bed there. And my extra stuff there. Stove, kitchen, me in a chair. So pretty much the same as winter camping. It just seems to be the fitting setup. I think Boss is happy. He's out with Dad, eh? You out with Dad? Alright, I am starving. I need to get something in me real quick. Now I keep singeing my knuckles on this stove, and one of the subscribers mentioned not putting anything on top of the stove before you light it. It makes total sense after hearing it, but I never even thought of it. So we're gonna try it out. I'm sure he's right too, right? All the gas is just gonna go up, so that would be awesome. Okay, what do I need? 2 cups. Start this bad boy. There we go. So that worked. Okay. Thank you very much. Anything that, you know, reduces bodily harm. And because we're in bear season, I mean, even cooking in this tent is a bit iffy, but it's just a boil in a bag, so that should be okay, and I'll just take all my garbage out when I'm done. There's a lot more with these other groups that the bears are going to be sniffing out, so. Plus I got Boss to help me out. Well guys, that was a full day of setup. I went to work super early this morning. It was still a 9-hour day for me, which was great. It was a great productive day, so I felt great leaving work. I was kind of energized. I wasn't as tired as last week. Just to give you you know, full disclaimer here, last weekend I had everything packed up It was just me, but there was still turkey hunting last weekend, and I had all of this same stuff packed up. I drove out to the cabin area, and I was going to set up a remote camp and do some turkey hunting and test out this solar generator. And what ended up happening is after the 2.5-3 hour drive, I was done. Like, my body just completely shut down and said, nope, turn left, go to the cabin, sleep. And that's what I did. So then I got up the next morning, and I went out to all the places. There was hunters everywhere. There was no place for me to set up camp because there was just people everywhere. So I went back to the cabin, had some lunch, drove around for 7 hours that day trying to find a place to camp and to sign a turkey. And you know, after I went back for lunch, the skies opened up and it just poured rain for the next 3 or 4 hours. And in that time, I fell asleep again. So I guess my body needed to catch up. So this was supposed to happen last weekend while turkey hunting was going on. But I'm kind of glad that there's no hunting right now for me. And me and my boy are still out camping. It is 10 o'clock. Now, if my memory's right, it was 8:45 is what I figured when I set up that solar generator. Well, I just checked, and the cooler still shows that it's processing or running at -10 inside, -10 Celsius. And my solar generator lost 2%. It's at 94% now. 2% in an hour for running a freezer. I think that's pretty good. Okay. We are boiling. Alright, well, it's starting to get cold, that's for sure. I'm going to be shutting this door pretty quick. But I'm going to wolf down my supper, take boss out, pack away the food, pack away his dog food, shut everything down. Come on. Good. You want some food? Alright, my boy, we're closed in here. It always takes me a bit to really get into it. You know, you finish a day of work, you rush home, you pack the truck, you hope you got everything. You've been packing for a couple days before at least. When you get out here, it's like you just kind of go with the flow once you're out here, but getting camp set up and getting everything just squared away just nice and perfect, it always takes me a bit to just breathe, you know. And we're there now, so. Well, I think I'm gonna call it night. It's pretty late now, and I'm just about ready for bed, so I will see you all in the morning. Morning. Oh, those people didn't shut up all night. How's my boy? How's my boy? Morning, everyone. So, I don't even know what time it is. It is 8 o'clock. Saturday, May 29, 8 o'clock. Let's check out how this solar generator did. I guess that's okay as long as the freezer's still working. Let's go check the freezer here. Still on eco mode, -11. And you see what I did last night? I just put the 100-watt solar panel on there. And the sun comes up over there, so it's catching some. Still rock hard. Right on. Salmon. Everything's still frozen. You can even see the frost lines building up. 77%. So I think I hooked that up somewhere around 9 p.m. So even if it was like 6 p.m., I'd have plenty of power. So less than 30% went last night, or drained last night, and hopefully I can keep the freezer running and charge that 30% back up. It's supposed to be an on-off day today, overcast, scattered showers, some sun. I think they were making jokes about the radio yesterday about how we're going to get like every season today, so we'll see what happens. Oh, this is the life. It's super windy out there. I don't have enough cell service to check the weather, so I'm going to grab the inReach and see what we're in for today, do a weather report on that thing. It's time to make a coffee, I think. This is what I was talking about yesterday. I knew what the wind direction was going to be, and I heard or read that it was going to be gusting to 60, and it certainly is, I'm sure. But I needed to face north. I have no wind protection on the other side like I wanted, but that's all right. This thing is pretty solid with the guy lines out and everything. It's the panels are flapping, but it's solid. Stove jack's barely even moving, so that's really good. Really happy with how stable this is. What do you say, my boy? What do you say? Good boy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Boss went walking around this morning and come back with a couple ticks on him already, so I'm sure he's got more on him that just haven't made it to his neck or ears yet. So we're just going to check the weather on the inReach. I'm going to let it acquire my satellites first here. Today looks a bit windy. There you go, just sent the wife a message. For some reason I was able to phone her last night. Somewhere around 8 o'clock, let her know I got here and got a spot. And today I can't even get the weather network to load on my phone. It's like the cell service just dropped right off. So, send her a message through the inReach, let her know all is well. So it's 10:30 now, and check this out. So 77%, barely any draw, says it can go for another 99 hours at this rate. That's only because the compressor is off right now, but when the compressor kicks in, you can see the watt draw increases, and then this will go down to about 15 hours. But with the solar panel up here, with the overcast kind of day, it gained 1%. And, good boy. Here we are, fluctuating between -9 and -11, and it's still going. But everything still rock solid. So that's perfect. I adjusted a few pegs, tightened up the guy lines, and that's it. I think we're in for a bit, just to try and warm up. Sitting in that breeze for, you know, the last hour or whatever it's been. Pretty chilly. Should have brought a windbreaker. But I think it's beer time. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do for supper. I really want to cook up something. But in this wind, I don't know. Well, guys, it's starting to rain. So, I got the radio here, just listening to the news. It's noon. And once that's done, I'm going to shut it off and just listen to the rain for a while. What a relaxing weekend. Well, this is what I came up with. I need a little more weight up here. But, good boy. I made a little cubby in here. I can't feel much for wind. So I should be able to use my little pan and cook a piece of salmon on there. I got rice to boil as well, which will be first, I think. So, let's, whatever, we'll make it work. But I do need a little more weight on here. Alright, let's give it a go. Let's see what we can do here. So I got this pot full of water. And I'm going to thaw. The rice just needs to actually be set in the water. But my salmon's also still frozen too, so I am going to try and thaw them both in there. There. Alright. Got some olive oil. And our spice jar. And we got our pan now. Got a bowl, got a knife. I'm still hoping to do steak tonight. This seems to work out okay, and I've got a small cast iron pan my wife just bought me a little while ago, a few weeks ago. I've never used it. And that's what I'd like to cook my ribeye on. So, to the subscriber that told me I should use wooden utensils, you're 100% right. What a good idea. Last weekend when I went out to my cabin area to try and do a turkey hunt camp, I had the wooden utensils with me. I had everything there. I had, again, steak and salmon. It didn't end up working. The trip never ended up happening. But I forgot my wooden utensils out of my cabin. So, so I unfortunately I'm going to flip my salmon with, again, a metal fork, and I've still got my metal spoon. But I do have them. I just got to get them in my kit and keep them there. So thank you for that tip. What a great idea. Boss is trying to get in the way of the cooking. You can see it's boiling now. So I'm going to let it get real hot, and then I'm just going to set that pot off to the side. I'll give you a shot of camp now. The sun's out. So there's the setup. You can see we've got a nice big patch of ground to ourselves here, even though there's a ton of people out here. It's okay, stay there, bud. I've got his retractor leash stuck in the door there, but you can see this is our camp. Good boy. Good boy. Roasted garlic and pepper is what I had last time. I think that's the only one that really goes with salmon. That looks good. There we go. Oh. Look at that. Oh. Look at that. Salmon and rice. Such a good meal for out here. I'm sure the bears would agree. After supper, I'll clean up my pan and everything. Oh, it's so good. Well, I'm gonna finish this up, and then we'll check in with you again soon. Well, it's just about 3 o'clock, and I was just thinking about supper. Guys, look at this. So I just shut this off, but it's already at 80%, so it gained like 4 something percent while it was running, just because the sun's out now. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty reassuring. But you see there, I got the door open to the freezer, and I'm gonna let the steak thaw for a bit, and then I'll check it in an hour or so and just see where it's at, and then I'll turn it into a fridge just to keep it preserved until I eat supper tonight at 6 or 7 or whatever. So hopefully in 3 hours everything can work out, and I'm sure it will. So Boss and I are just sitting in the sun, soaking it up. It's really nice now. The clouds have thinned out, but we do have some more coming in, so we're gonna soak this in as long as we can and just enjoy. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, so I am going to cook my potato in here. I'm just going to boil it, cut it up in pieces, boil it, strain it, make mashed potatoes in my bowl. Then I'll go outside and cook my steak. I don't mind if my potatoes are cold by the time I eat my steak. I can deal with that. Let's see if I burn myself. Okay, I got my butter. I got my Montreal steak spice for my steak. Probably just salt and pepper for the potatoes. I've got my olive oil, my melted bottle when I set it too close to the stove in the winter. And I got a spud. So, we're gonna see how this goes. I need just maybe a little bit bigger knife. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. There we go. I wonder if you can boil onions. Can you boil onions? I would like onions. Throw them in the water. I think this is how you make mashed potatoes. Cooking for me, especially out camping, this is all new. I just started cooking when I was cooking in this tent for the first time in the winter there. Oh yeah, maybe overdone, I don't know. There we go. It'll be fine. Red skin mashed potatoes. That looks pretty good. Now, let's give my boy some. There you go, bud. Alright guys, let's go cook a steak. Well, I just checked the cooler. It was at 4 degrees. And steak's nice and cool. The solar generator was at 81%. The solar panel is really not in the sun anymore, so I expected that, but we're done with it. We don't need that cooler anymore, so it easily got me through a weekender. There's quite a bit of grease in there, eh? Look at that. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm going to put it in that one for now. Take this pan back out. Alright, let's see what we got. Potatoes that I ruined with old butter. Should be great. Let's check out this steak, huh? Let's see. Oh, look at that. Hey? A little overdone. Nice, still a little pink in the middle here, but yeah, a little bit overdone. That's okay. Look at that. Some potatoes, some steak, and that'll make him eat the rest of his food. Let's eat. Oh my god, yeah. That's a good cut of meat, you know. What a great meal. bushmeal, a ribeye, and mashed potatoes. Oh, amazing. Ah, it's windy. Well guys, I'm just gonna chill out for a bit and then I'm gonna go do dishes. Well, it's getting cold. I cleaned up all the dishes. I got everything back in the truck. Start the stove. Get the chill out of here. It feels damp. 14, windy all day. It feels damp. What are we gonna do tonight? Hey? All good. Just listening to the radio right now. Leak detection is done. The fan just started to spin. So the chill is gonna burn off in here right away. And then I have no idea what. We're just gonna chill for the rest of the evening. Listen to the radio. Boss is gonna get lots of patents. So we'll probably see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Whew. That's one of the bad ticks. Well, he's powder now. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this quick weekender with Boss and I. Hey bud. It was first time we've done a weekender in this Luxe Hercules tent. I think everything went pretty good. Obviously there's always improvement to be made, which is why I like to come out here. Keep trying new things. It was too windy to put the drone out. I put it up this morning just for a little bit, but it was pretty early, so I didn't want to make too much noise over any of the other campers. But we're heading home. So I hope you enjoyed this quick weekender, and thanks for watching.